Hello everyone, I thought that I would just show you where I'm at with my different game projects. So I've been working with this pixel art game for a while, working with the graphics and animation, and I've made a simple story. I've been working now and then with that project in the background, but when I've worked with a certain medium for a while, I get bored at that specific medium and style. So I want to maybe do something else, like work in sculpturing clay or something, and I felt that I needed a bit of a change and work on something else. So I saw something that inspired me to continue my 3D game journey. So now it went a lot easier and to progress, and I have progressed much faster, both because I've been getting better at Blender and because now I tried the steps in Unity once. I can show you the process of how I'm making these game objects. So this is the Blender project that I've been creating the different graphics for my game. It's really basic modeling. Some things are just like cubes with textures. You don't need that much to make it look pretty photorealistic. So let's say that I would like to make a metal object. Yeah, I can show. So create a cube. Now we have a cube. Then I edit the cube and make kind of like this. Maybe scale it in, insert, move up a bit, and then like this, maybe. I just want some random metal object, let's say. Kinda like that, okay. Maybe I want to bevel it a bit down here. So I mark the edge and Control B. So now we have a basic shape. And then I go to the UV editing tab. And then we create a new texture for this object. And on the base color we choose an image texture. And use one that I made, Metal Collage. And it's this one. And I saw on a tutorial that you could have a lot of pictures on, or a lot of textures on the same image. And then you can, because then you can just use one texture for many different objects. I go into edit mode, mark the whole object, and then I hit cube projection. So then I can move it like this. I maybe put it like that. Now we have an object that looks like some kind of metal or concrete block. And if I want to, I can select each face and move it if I want to that face to be another material or color and shape. So I can do like that. But I think I liked this object when it's got only the same kind of texture over the whole object. And then I export them from Blender to Unity, and I export them as FBX. So now we're inside of Unity. I have just imported all the objects, and I have made this little guy who follows me. So this is not how the level will look. I've just dragged in all the objects to see that it works inside Unity. You can pick up a brick and throw it. Whee! I like this little thing. I have barrels. The character controller is a bit janky. If you stand too close to an edge and you jump, it's like he's hitting his knee into the wall or something. You have to take a step back and then jump up. And I've created some ground fog. It should be photorealistic enough and like a bit look a bit like an old 3D game. This is my flying cube. where you can glitch like this, fly up on the factory. I haven't downloaded the textures, it's all that I have photographed myself, and I think that's kind of what makes this fun, that it's like real textures that I've seen. So I don't know exactly what the story is gonna be in this game, but I want to make something like inspired by the liminal spaces and backrooms creepypasta, or what you should call it, where it's like big spaces, empty rooms, large factories, kind of like abandoned houses in a game. I don't know if I'm gonna make it a true horror game, or if I'm gonna make it more of an artistical game. I think it's gonna be a bit creepy, but at the same time beautiful. But I can show you how it's going with my pixel game also. So I can just show you a little bit. I don't want to spoil everything. Yeah, he's just been teleported here. This is the little shopkeeper. We're gonna be able to buy stuff. Little owl you can click on. I don't want to spoil what's over here. Then in later stage of the game you're gonna be able to come down here to the arcade, and there are gonna be some different little creatures living down here. Yeah. I have a inventory system. So I have a bucket right now, menu system. So that was a little update on what I'm working on right now. These games, I think, are not as reliable at creating incomes. So these are like side projects, and the main projects are a card game that I'm making and a book that I'm making. I think those are much more likable to generate income over time. Illustration is something that I have been doing all my life, so I'm much better at making a good illustration than making a game at the same level, or what you should say. Okay, bye bye.